Welcome everyone, we just got back from testing these two Ferraris with an F1 style gearbox.
We're gonna roll on the throttle again.
And today we're gonna focus primarily on the 575M Maranello. This is a grand touring car made by Ferrari that made 508 horsepower and had a top speed of 202 miles per hour. In the front, we have this beautiful V12 engine, and it is paired with Ferrari's F1 transmission. It is a total work of art. Up front, you can see the timing belt covers, which means that this Ferrari is relatively easy to service compared to other ones. Coming around on the wheels, we can see that we have steel brakes in the front and in the rear. And coming around to the trunk, you can see just how much space there is. I fit all of my film equipment for the day in this trunk, including my tripod, a slider, my camera bag, and my microphones. Now when we come into the car, I'm going to show you how the controls work. It's very similar to other Ferraris, but it does have the F1 transmission. To put it into gear, we click the paddle. To put it into reverse, we use this little lever right here. To put it into auto and manual mode, we use the auto button right there. Now, to put it in neutral, we pull back on both paddles. To set the handbrake, you pull it up once, and now it's set, and it can go back down. And to release the handbrake, we'll pull it up again, and feel where it hits the tension, and then press it to release. Your window switches are right here in the center, and then the AC controls are fairly standard. We have our temperature here, we have the fan control here, and we have the direction right here. This is a shot of what the interior looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. You have two front seats with a rear luggage compartment. Now let's go out and drive the car. The window switch here is right in the middle, so I'm going to put this left window up. Now the difference between this car and other Ferraris that I've driven is that this has the engine in the front, and it's a 12-cylinder engine. Front engine, rear-wheel drive, similar to almost an American car. You think of the Viper with 10 cylinders, you think of the Corvette with 8. And of course this is a larger, heavier car. This is not really a sports car, it's a grand touring car, but it does have that front engine, rear-wheel drive layout. So very excited to drive this. This is a very comfortable, very quiet, well-composed Ferrari. It's a nice car. In the center here, I can hit an auto button and I can change the transmission to auto. So let's do that and see how it shifts. It's interesting, I'll say that. And in the center, this little tiny lever is simply for putting it into reverse. When I go into first gear, when I go forward, I click the paddle. I still have not figured out how to get that 1 to 2 shift smooth. I think if I was giving it more gas, it would be a lot smoother.
Just to let you know, on that V12, the power is all up top. It's really fast. Once the car gets like 80, 90, it gets really fast.
All the power of this car is up top. He said we're welcome to drive it fast, which we would like to do, of course. So we'll do a couple runs, rev it out just to get an idea of the experience. This is a car that can go 202 miles per hour, and we have a 220 mile per hour speedometer. That's pretty cool. I don't think the transmission is as bad as people say. It just seems like the 1 to 2 shift is a little bit hard for me to get. I kind of like it. It's very mechanical. Me not being used to it and jerking around a little bit is okay with me, because these days we have all these electric cars coming out and they're perfectly smooth, and so going back into a gasoline powered car like this is very nice, very fun. Oh my goodness. That's great. So we just downshifted into third gear and gave it a little bit of a pull. I went up to about 5,500 RPM. It really started to pull nicely up at the top, and you can just tell that this is a very fun engine. Does the transmission detract from this wonderful engine? No, not at all. So let's go around here and give it some gas. Here we go. Whoa! This thing's a rocket! This car is fast. Wow. When you drive it fast like that, the transmission is fine. The speed of the shifts, where people complain that it's monumentally slow, it's just not the case. It's such an enjoyable car to accelerate in, to cruise in. This is a car that you would take out on a date night. Your girlfriend or wife wouldn't complain about it at all. It's just a fantastic daily driver, and I can't believe I'm saying that about a Ferrari, but it's really fun. This high revving engine, V12, it's just such a unique experience. It's hard to explain. With the front engine, the high power, the big displacement engine, there's definitely some American car vibes going on with this, but of course they outdid the Americans, as the Italians often have to do. They have to make these ridiculous machines that are just so much fun, and this has a V12 in it. That's 2 more cylinders than my Viper had. Oh, it's just so great. Just an absolute blast. What a great car. Right now I'm gonna pull, watch this, I'll pull. It rev matches, shifts down. It's not too bad. I don't think that it's nearly as bad as people say it is. Now we're in sport mode. I'm gonna try normal mode right now. So the suspension gets even softer when I'm not in sport mode. And the suspension is already very soft when we go to sport mode. So here's the tunnel. That just sounds awesome. Wow. One more tunnel, we'll get another little clip of it here. That's that V12 just screaming. In this car, it's really fast. It picks up a lot of speed when you rev it out. So that's it for the 575M Maranello. I'm gonna go and switch into the Scud and compare the two. That's all I have for you. Thank you for watching, and make sure that you enjoy your car. So right now I have the bumpy road setting on the shocks. We're gonna rev it out through this tunnel. Oh my goodness, that sound is phenomenal. That is what we're looking for. That is just amazing. Go back, we're in second gear now. We're gonna roll on the throttle again.